Hey y'all, and welcome to the bonus episode of Authentic with Ashley. Take the mask off. Birthday edition. Woo! Okay, so listen y'all, we're going to finish up the questions from the last session because y'all don't need to know why. Let's just finish up. So we're going to finish up answering all the rest of these questions. We got about 6 or 7 more because ladies, we need these questions answered. We need to know how to maneuver in dating and relationships. I am a part of the number, so we're going to learn today. Here we go. Who's next? Trina?
Let's see. What advice would you give to a teenager or young woman seeking to reach her goals while longing for a relationship? I would tell her to focus on accomplishing her goals so that she will be prepared for a relationship.
That's good.
So I think a relationship could possibly hinder you reaching your goals
That's good.
at a good age.
Okay. Jess?
I would say the same thing, focus, but I would say, I don't know, because you could meet your husband while you're doing your goals, and you know, a lot of times, sometimes women look up and they'll focus on, I know women that are very career oriented, and you know, I know a particular friend of mine has a PhD, and she let life pass, and she, you know, is not married and has no children. So I would just say it's balance to it. Yes, that make that your priority, but you know, if it happens, it happens as far as relationships.
Kind of like leave yourself open to the possibility
Yes.
while still staying focused on what you need to do.
That's it.
Okay. I
That's a
like
good
that.
point, yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to go all in. I did like what you say. You still want to be open because, you know, being that I'm in healthcare too, I know several people actually who met their spouses in med school, and just went from there. But I mean, just because you did that doesn't mean okay. Well, I'm just going to totally lose focus, mess up my medical degree or whatever degree. You know, still stay focused, but keep an open mind.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I like that. I feel like I feel both of what Katrina said about what you're saying too, because I feel like we talked about this earlier, like my 18-year-old version of myself, if I would have stayed focused on my goals more than I was focused on the relationship piece of it, then I would be further ahead. I think it's about finding balance, which I'm not going to lie, to be very authentic about. I feel like I'm still, I was catching them up on my dating stories, and I'm still in the process of learning that balance, because when I love hard. It's not, I don't know, I need like more of a filter, like, honey, and I think it's because of being in the marriage and now not being in a marriage and like trying to get the whole dating thing. When I was in a marriage, it's like, oh, I want to give you a gift and I want to do for you. And you know, that's what when you're in a marriage, you want to love on your baby, you know, but then like transferring my mind to say, okay, well now I'm dating, Ashley, that's not your husband, so all this extra stuff you doing, like, it's too much, you know. So I'm learning to find that balance. So I think for me, it's like safe to say balance, but if focusing on the teenager part of it, if I had a teenage daughter, honey, it's gonna be plenty of men in the future for you. Let's just focus as a teenager on what we need to stay focused on and let the rest of it play itself out. So that would be my point. And I think that's what Trina was going with it, because it's a teenager.
Well, yes, teenagers, they're chemically imbalanced anyway.
Yeah.
Right, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it. I understand. I get it. Okay. All right, Jess.
Do you feel insecurities come from within, or are they formulated from the relationships you're in? I think they come from all different places. I think they can come from both. I mean, you can be in a relationship with somebody that tells you you're heavy, tells you you're not cute, tells you nobody would want you, and they would form from the relationship. Come from within. They can come. I think they come from experiences, though. I don't know that you just have insecurities, but I guess some people could. I think it's experiences that you have with other people, and not necessarily just a relationship, though. It could be with your family, your siblings. I think I made. Ooh, I hate to say this. I forgot I'm on camera.
There are no cameras here. This is authentic with that.
You know, I think a lot of one of my sister's insecurity, really when I found out that was from me. Because I think I did a lot of teasing her when we were young, and I think her insecurity came, and I realized that probably late in my 20s, 28 or 29, and I tried to repair that with her as much as I can. And I think I created a monster.
Okay.
So I think she okay now.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember the full question, but I think it's insecurities in a relationship and in your environment.
Do they
or
come
what
from
was it?
within? Do your insecurities come from within, or are they formulated from a relationship?
From a relationship. I don't think a person is just born within with insecurities. I think those are from your environment, and then relationship, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, or just a friendship. It could come from anywhere. That's how those are developed. So I think both.
Okay.
I think your environment, your worldview, but your worldview is also defined by every single relationship in your life. So your relationship with your siblings, your relationship with your parents, your relationships with your friends in school.
Yeah.
Every relationship.
I would definitely say that I agree with all of you. For me, if people, and I used to not share this all the time, but now my whole being honest and open, I tell people all the time that I had a huge insecurity. I think you guys know because I told you, but I used to have a huge insecurity. I used to think I was fat and not cute at all. I did not. But growing up in an industry that I'm in, like the music and the acting and the thing, when I would go into an audition, I would hear a lot of times oh, you can sing, but you're just kind of too big for this. And so that messed with me mentally. I used to think, and to be honest with you, I think I still kind of struggle with it. I know I do, because I know sometimes I'm like, girl, I look fat today. And you be like, shut up. I be I do. Look at this over here. Oh, Lord. I even told Aunt, I was like, oh, look at my hair, though. It's not in the right place. And he you look fine. You know what I mean? I think I still subconsciously, struggle with that a little bit. I definitely am not the same way I used to be when I was younger. I know that I'm beautiful and I'm talented and I'm not fat at all. I've definitely also welcomed my curves. I've learned that it's okay to have my little, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't care if you get mad that I'm sharing this. There was a point where I had got super, super skinny. I don't even know how much I weighed at the time. I was small. I'm going to find a picture, and we're going to make Anthony edit the picture right here. Y'all see? Okay. I was super, super skinny. And I remember Jessica telling me, I didn't like you when you were skinny like that. I like you better, when you have curves and things like that. And so I have definitely welcomed my curves, and I love my curves. So it's okay to be curvy. Don't be trying to be skinny for nobody. Unless that's what you want to do in a healthy way, that's cool. But don't ever do it because you feel like somebody else wants you to be a certain size. Even in this industry, bigger women, BBWs, we're winning. You know what I'm saying? Thick as in, sis. Thick as in. So be you. But be healthy with it, too, at the same time. All right, who's next?
Okay, let's see. It says, can women do a businesswoman, wife, and mother all at the same time in today's society, and how? So, oh my, yes, definitely.
It might have said do, but it basically, what I was trying to say is, can women be a businesswomen? Can you be a wife? Can you be a mother? Can you do it all at the same time?
Yeah, the way, honestly, back when I was young, growing up, and even my mother and father, my dad was the one. My mom stayed home, and he took care of everything. But now, today, 2020, yes, I know a whole lot of women that are the businesswoman, the wife, and the mother. Now, I don't want to go off topic. It's okay to do that with some help. I'm just saying if you need nannies or whatever, but that's just what we're living in 2020. So they can definitely do it at the same time, and how they can do it, they can do it with the help of babysitters, nannies, or whatever they need, housekeepers. Don't be ashamed of that type of stuff, because it is a different day now in 2020.
I like that answer. Okay, Trina.
Tutu?
Beep, beep. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes. I'm a businesswoman. I am a wife, and I'm a mother, and I'm also a honey. And
Mm-hmm.
for those of you who don't know, Sunny's grandmother.
Yes, she is. And she's doing it all. Yes, she is. Okay, Jess.
I would agree. I was gonna say, like we were talking about earlier, I would say, like, what about Michelle Obama?
Yes.
First lady, mother, wife. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
and that's, you know, so absolutely.
Love it. All right. I think it's obviously a yes. You know, I'm not a wife right now, and I don't have kids yet. My social media handle is Ashley White. Only if you're a good candidate. Don't come in my inbox if you're trash. All right, who's next? Any?
I just pulled. Or did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ching, ching.
What are your thoughts on raising children in today's society? Well, I do think today's society makes it a lot more difficult to raise children. With social media, I do believe that we need to be more involved in our children's lives, and we can't just send them out, like, and play outside until the lights come on, like we
Not like
used
we
to.
used to.
So,
Okay, Jess, what you think?
Pre-pandemic, I would say it's hard for the same reasons you said, but I think the pandemic serves as kind of a reset for traditional ways of, like, eating dinner
Family
together,
time.
Yes.
Yes.
getting to know your children better,
That's
and
good.
interacting with them. So I think right now is kind of a good time. You know, it's back to basics.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with what you both said, because you're right. I used to stay out and then when the lights came on, the night lights in the streets, you knew it was time to come home. It's a great time. But the pandemic, like Jessica said, it's made it where you are, I don't know if I'm using the right word, but it's like you're forced. You have to spend time with your kids, and you have to sit down and have dinner, and, you know, helping them with their homework. I know some parents right now, some of my friends with kids, is like pulling their hairs out because this is like, they're like, this is too much.
Yeah.
But it's making you to have to actually interact with your kid, and you probably are finding out things about your kid that you didn't even know because we are too busy in society,
Yeah.
work, and not spending time with our kids. It's definitely different.
Yeah. I like, to Jessica's point, I think it's definitely bringing us back to a reset of having, because when we were growing up, we sat down and ate dinner. We had, like, dinner time with my mom and dad, my brother and I. But the other side of it, we're going to spend a second to talk about the WAP video. Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Okay? This is where I feel that is a little, yes, I took it there. I just said, whoa. Where it's a little hard because things are so accessible. And I was actually playing, I didn't do it intentionally. It came up on my Pandora in the car with my brother, the unedited version of WAP. And my brother literally was sitting listening. He said, porn. And I said, what? He said, this is literally porn. He said, I think we are 2 steps away from porn no longer being on Pornhub.com, but being able to literally turn on the local TV stations and being able to see porn right there. And I would have to agree, because if you think about it, songs like WAP were only available on, like, BET Uncut back in the day. And if you wasn't up till like 2 o'clock in the morning to see that type of stuff, but even then, I don't think, like, these kind of things were so graphically said. Like, I don't know, like, this is tripping me out, like, some of this stuff. What are your thoughts on that? We about to segue.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to WAP.
Unedited.
Watch the video.
Watch the video and then listen to it unedited.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it, but I've heard a lot of people talking about it. But my thing is, we grew up on some stuff. When you go back and listen to the words that we grew up.
Okay, I'm thinking about Luke. Luke comes to my mind right now. But was he saying stuff like that though? Like,
Yes.
okay, well then never.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
No, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
You raised Bates. That's the best song with Luke. Come on now.
Like everything that we used
Oh,
to
you
listen
want
to.
some?
2 Live Crew
R.
was
Kelly,
bad.
Come on now.
Oh,
Now
Okay, that's fair.
And then there's another late night video, and I cannot call the name right now. The first one that ever came out is so old school though. I can't think of the name. It'll come to me though.
yeah.
It's,
You talking
it's
about where you
bad.
can call in and request the videos?
No, it's just
Oh.
like the first one of its kind that kind of was on TV. Like, But I mean, yeah.
But even some of the
I think
blues
you
songs.
mentioned that how you said because right now everything's so easily accessible on social media. It's not that it's new. It's just that we can get to it easy.
Yeah.
It was back then, really bad. Oh, really bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
That's
I think what's key too
No.
is like with that WAP thing. It's women though,
Shit.
and there's a double standard. So like, look,
That's
man,
fair.
well, men can say a bunch of other stuff. They've always have. They
No,
rap.
because Little Kim was saying some nasty stuff
No, I
too.
know,
But she wasn't all grinding up on women in the when you see the video.
well, Trina was saying all kind of stuff.
But did she have women in the video like
That's
wow?
what I'm saying. WAP is off the chain. You have to see
It's
it.
off.
Like I said, okay.
You got to see it.
Next question. Next question.
Who's turn?
Your turn.
Oh, your turn. Yes.
Just a second. Whoa.
Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to read it out loud.
Yes, please.
Yes.
It's okay for your significant.
Is it?
okay for your significant other to go on a week-long vacation without communicating? Hell no.
She did.
I mean, no.
Katrina.
How would that be okay?
So
I mean, you don't have to be calling me 50 million times, but you still need to check in and call. I call you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. That's just
And go. Okay. Tasha, can your significant other? Tasha's starting up.
Did she even finish the question? All I heard was hell no.
here.
Okay.
Oh, without communicating, I was
Oh,
like,
she didn't finish the
I got
question.
it.
She did.
That's all I heard.
Hell no.
Oh, is it okay for
Jessica,
the
listen, she done
people on
completely forgot the
vacation
cameras and
with-
things.
Oh,
She
yeah.
I'll
forgot.
communicating with you. That just sounds weird. I don't even know why they would do that.
Right.
So no, I mean it's not okay. Like,
She be like, "Hey, don't pass that question over here. It's a no for Katrina.
do we have a?
First of all, why you going on a week-long vacation without me?
Okay,
You can
okay.
go on a week, maybe a weekend away with you guys, but and without
That is so
communicating with
funny.
me,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
You can't go away for work a week without communicating with me. No.
Okay. Well, I'm a little different.
Oh.
You can be gone for a week on a vacation and not communicate with me when you're dead and gone. R.I.P. All right, and then you don't gotta communicate because. Next question. It's a no for me. If you're gone for a week, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're gone for a week and you make a decision not to communicate with me, know that when you come back from that trip, we are not together anymore. So it won't be a need for you to communicate with me because by then I'll probably have you blocked already anyways. Go on. Yes. Next question.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what are your thoughts on living together before marriage? Oh my. Oh, why do I say oh my? Because I've done it before. That's why oh my.
Okay.
And I from my experiences, if you, it's a bad idea. From my own personal experiences, I think that until it's pretty much over engaged and you're moving towards that direction, then yes, go ahead and proceed. But just, I guess that's why our grandparents used to say, honey, don't be shacking up. You know, my grandparents were using that shacking up word. So
I've heard it. I've heard the word of commentary. Katrina.
Well, you already know.
I already know what
agree
she's
with
going to
it.
say.
what is it? What did you answer?
I don't agree with
Shacking
it
up?
at all. Nope, not at all. You said it earlier. Your mom made the statement of why
Why buy the cow when you
when
get the milk
for free.
Yes.
And it's just going to prolong the situation. So if you're trying to get married and you already giving them everything, what for? Why do I need to marry you? I've had it.
I am in agreement.
I'm gonna have to agree. Although I will say this is why my friends get on me all the time. I agree. However, it's the side of me that's like, but you don't know like how they live before, and I need to kind of know because I don't want to be living with a slob.
Go
Like,
visit
I
their house.
Yes.
can't-
When you, yeah.
That's not always Okay, well, yeah, you're right.
Make some pop-ups if you want
You're
to.
right. You're right. Okay. No, don't live together before. Next question. How many do we have? One last?
That's the last one.
Okay, last question, guys.
Do you want to read it?
Yeah, I'll read the last question. Okay. Let's see. This better be a good one. I feel like this is going.
Oh boy.
All right. Oh, Jesus. Okay, because I remember writing this. Okay. Can men and women, this was actually the last question I actually wrote for the vote. Can men and women with a relationship or sexual past be friends once the relationship part is over? Okay. Okay. I do think that it is possible to have a friendship once the relationship sexual thing part is over. But I think we need to clarify that too. Because if I'm 35, and let's say it's somebody that I was whatever and with in my 20s. So we're 15 years out, they in a whole relationship, they happy, I'm in a relationship, I'm happy, and it's just a platonic friendship and that's it. Obviously, there would have to be conversations with that significant other about what's going on, and if we all on one accord, woo, maybe do some double dates. I don't know if those feelings are really gone. There is a danger zone in that, though, if one of those parties still got some lingering feelings, and then in that case, no, I don't think that is possible because every time y'all come around each other, then somebody gonna want some more than just some friendship kind of things. Also, this is where I know a lot of people disagree with me. If you have a past with somebody in your relationship and your significant other is not comfortable with that, I do think that there has to be respect for how your significant other feels. And so in that case, I don't think you can be friends with that person. That doesn't mean you have to be mean to that person. If you see them out, you can be cordial. But if this relationship over here is what you're serious about and you're trying to be about that, you have to respect how they feel, and you're going to have to let that friend know. Like, unfortunately, it's just inappropriate and my person's not comfortable, so I'm not going to be able to be friends. That's my fault.
In my experience, I would say I would agree with most of what you said.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any exes that don't still want to sleep with me. If I opened the door, they would sleep with me. So I don't think it's a good idea. For me, it's not a good idea. So I don't know what everybody else's situation is. I'm just being
She just being authentic.
I like it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you, what you said, Ashley, about if you're with somebody and you're moved on, you're married, and you have this, this was just my friend, but it's a friend that you've had a sexual relationship with, I think those are best kept left where in the past where they've been. Mm-hmm. And like Jessica just said too, I was trying to think as you were talking. As a matter of fact, I can't think of anybody that I could say, oh, you're still my friend that I've dated, because there's still feeling there. You can feel it, even though it's not admitted, or you know that they still want a sexual relationship with you. It just never worked. Although I've heard people say, hey, I still have guy friends that I just...
I'm with Jessica.
Oh.
I mean, when you know what you're working with,
I
will always be the one. I feel like I'll always be the one that got away. Someone will always feel like I am the one that always got away. So if I was with you before, you're going to want me back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True story.
You're going to weigh that bay for that moment.
Yeah.
Oh. These are all good points.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we just gave you something else to linger on. So, if you're out there in a relationship and still friends with your past whoopity wop bop bop ba maybe you might want to reconsider. Okay? Well, I hope you guys have learned some things from this episode. Feel free to drop some questions in our inbox as well. We will make sure to post our email. I don't have one yet, but we're going to have it. So you guys can send some questions in that you guys might have and have a burning desire to have those questions answered as well. We are here for you. So tune in next time for episode 2, Authentic with Ashley. Take off the mask.